Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for this closing session. My name is Madison Sandoval-Lund. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Family and Youth Empowerment Program Area Manager at the Center for States. On behalf of everybody at the SWEVE planning team, we'd like to thank you all for joining us for this year's session focused on the power of partnership, partnering with people with lived expertise. We'd also like to give major thanks to the planning team, the Children's Bureau, and our planning partners from the Capacity Building Center for Tribes, Center for Courts, and the Division X Technical Assistance Team. While the Center for States has always involved family and young adult consultants in our session plannings for SWEVE, this year, people with lived expertise led the session development and planning in partnership with Center for States staff. I'm going to quickly recap some of the SWEVE objectives as a refresher for all that you all participated in today. Hopefully you all had a chance to review and heard from experts on the best practices and lessons learned about partnering with people with lived expertise across the human service areas, and learned how to apply it at your child welfare agency to drive systems change and transformation. We hope that you also had the chance to discover how people with lived expertise can impact child welfare outcomes and systems and enhance organizational culture and climate at child welfare agencies. We hope that you also learned a lot of different strategies to help child welfare leaders prioritize lived experience and expertise to improve practice, policy, and research. And during the live session, you had an opportunity to explore how the intersections among race, gender, sexual identity, parenthood, and culture with lived expertise can lead to productive partnerships that will improve child welfare outcomes. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my friend Jim Gregory at the Children's Bureau Child and Family Services Review Unit.
Thank you, Madison. I appreciate that. And thank you also for recapping the SWEVE objectives. Just wanted to take a few minutes here during our closing session to highlight some of those takeaways. First one, for example, partnering with families, communities, and allied systems. Today, during the sessions, our presenters emphasize the importance of partnering with people with lived expertise to strengthen agencies' relationships with families and communities and to achieve better child welfare outcomes. Our second item to highlight was the implementing of policies and practices that center racial equity and diversity. These sessions and presenters discuss the kinds of resources and tools that can be used to assess and change the policies, programs, and practices that perpetrate inequities in child welfare systems at all levels. In particular, sessions discussed ways to prevent tokenization of people with lived expertise, increase diversity and inclusion in lived experience engagement, and ensure that they are equitably compensated. Our third highlight included implementing trauma responsive care and healing at all system levels. So throughout these sessions, our presenters highlighted the efforts or the effects rather of trauma on child and youth development and its effect on families, and offered strategies for crafting programs and policies aligned with the principles of trauma responsive and developmentally supportive care to support those with lived expertise to fully engage and partner with child welfare agencies. Our fourth highlight was applying a capacity building lens. The sessions and resources focused on building capacity within child welfare systems to engage and partner with people with lived expertise on problem exploration, data collection and assessment, and improvement of organizational culture and readiness, as well as implementation considerations to support this important work. The fifth item to highlight was being data-driven. SWEVE 2022 emphasized data-informed decision-making. Data can be used to explore the problem, identify solutions, and measure fidelity to the solution and the impact the solution is having on outcomes. Using data in this manner is necessary for accountability. And lastly, but certainly equally important, is focusing on measurable changes. Presenters emphasize the need to strengthen capacity and leadership at all levels within organizations to be able to create and sustain transformation using change and implementation and continuous quality improvement, or CQI, processes. Lastly, before I turn it back over to my colleague, Madison, just wanted to do a quick call to action for CFSR Round 4. CFSR Round 4 is launching. We have launched CFSR Round 4. We have a number of states that are already lined up for year 1. We hope that during these sessions, you've learned important information that you can take back to your states, jurisdictions, and tribes, and apply those in the CFSR processes, as well as, equally important, of course, is all system change and system efforts that you have in your locations. Again, thank you so much for joining us for SWEVE 2022. Madison, I'll turn it back over to you for one final thought.
Thank you, Jim. And we want you to also participate in any reflections. So please drop into the chat one thing that you're taking away from today's session, as well as one next step that you're going to implement tomorrow, in the next 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. We also have an exit survey that we would love for you all to complete before you leave today and provide us with feedback so that we can continuously make improvements as well. And then last but not least, I cannot end this session without thanking champions like people like Jim, people like the team at the Center for States who recognize the importance of lived expertise partnership and are doing that work every single day to walk the talk. So thank you all for all of the hard work that you all have been doing. And we are so excited to hear from you all in years to come around all the change that you're all going to create together. And with that, thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.